Hi friends, this is Sarvajan here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good and safe. And today let us discuss about EIGRP troubleshooting. So for some reason R1 is not able to establish the EIGRP neighbor relationship with R2. So let us go and fix the issues, right? So now let us go to R1 and R2. So what we can do, show IP EIGRP neighbors. So for some reason it is not forming the neighbor relationship with R2. So we need to find out the issues and we need to fix it. So what we can do, let us do a debug. So debug EIGRP packets and debug EIGRP neighbors, right? So both the debugging will enable on both the routers R1 and R2. So R2 debug EIGRP packets, similar way debug EIGRP neighbors, right? So both the things I enabled. So now let us see what is the error we are getting. We are getting an invalid authentication or a keychain missing. So we are missing two things. One thing, there is an invalid authentication and there is no keychain missing. So this is configured using the MD5 authentication. So the keychain is missing. So first let us go ahead and fix the issue. So you all is nothing but undebug. So now let us go and check the protocols. Show IP protocols. So show IP protocols will show all the metric values, and another command is there, show IP EIGRP interfaces detail. So this will give the authentication and the keychain. So authentication mode is MD5 and the keychain is not set, right? So we are not set the keychain. That is the reason we are getting the missing keychain. Similarly, go to R1 and check the keychain. Show IP EIGRP interfaces detail. So this will show the authentication mode. Authentication mode is MD5 and the keychain is my keychain. So the same keychain I have to configure here. So go to R2, go to the configuration mode. So keychain followed by my keychain, right? My keychain. So then I have to configure the key. So key I configured as 1 in the R1. Same way key string we need to configure. Key string let us configure as hello. So both should remain the same. So the now after that let us see the authentication key, right? So now let us check it. So still it is showing keychain is not set, so we need to set the keychain. So always you have to set in the fast Ethernet interface. So here show run interface mode, we need to set it keychain fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So this is the thing I have done. Authentication mode EIGRP 100 MD5 followed by the authentication keychain is my keychain, right? Same configuration should be there in R2 fast Ethernet. Show run interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So here it is keychain is missing, right? So I have to configure the keychain. Interface faster than 0 by 0. IP authentication keychain is EIGRP 100 and the keychain is my keychain, right? My keychain. So now let us see the EIGRP interfaces. So now you are able to see, right, both the keychain and both the authentication mode is MD5 and the keychain is my keychain. So now this first error is fixed. There is a keychain mismatch and there is an invalid authentication. We have fixed that error. So again now we are seeing some other error, right? There is a K-value mismatch. So K-value mismatch from 1.1, right? So how we can fix that issue? So always the K-value is nothing but the EIGRP compute using the K-value. So K-value is nothing but it is a combination of bandwidth, load, delay, reliability and MTU. So now what we can do, let us go to the show IP protocols. Show IP protocols. Show IP protocols will show the details. So here it is showing, right, K1. K1 is nothing but bandwidth. K3 is 1. So bandwidth and delay will be always 1. So K1 is for bandwidth and delay is for 1. So both always will be 1 and remaining is nothing but K2 is load, K4 is reliability and K5 is MTU. So this only K1 and K3 are on. So check for R2. Similar way, do your debug, show IP protocols, right? So here, see here, everything is on, right? Bandwidth is on, load is on, and delay is on. That is the reason we are seeing inverse K-value mismatch. So if there is a K-value mismatch, R1 will not form a neighbor relationship with R2. So what we can do, simply go to configuration mode. How to configure the K values? I will show you. So go to R2 and show run interface faster than 0 by 0. You configure the authentication. Similar way, you have to check in EIGRP parameter, show run. So it will be followed with the command metric weights. So that is the thing you have to configure. So now let us check it out. So go to R1 and check in R2. Go to R2, show run configuration. So there R1 I have not configured any metrics. So it always take the default metrics. That means K1 is 1 and K3 is 1. K1 is for bandwidth and K3 is for the delay. So bandwidth and delay are always default on in R1. So let us check for R2, right? So go to R2 and do a show run. So here you have set it right. Metric weights 0, 0 is for type of service, followed it bandwidth, load and delay are on, right? So that is the reason we are seeing the mismatch. So this will show the command is show IP protocols to check this value. Show IP protocols, it is showing bandwidth, load and delay, right? How we can configure is by metric weights in the router EIGRP mode, right? So how we can do that? Now go to the configuration mode, router EIGRP 100, then remove that metric weights, no metric weights. So what happen, automatically the metric value will be set to default, that is K1 and K3 will be on, right? So the K1 and K3 will be on. Now let us check show IP protocols. So we're able to see, right, bandwidth and delay is on by default. Similar way in check in R1 show IP protocols. So by default bandwidth and delay is on, that is the reason I removed the metric from R2. So now they are both are forming the neighbor relationship. Now let us check R1 show IP EIGRP neighbors. So it already formed a established a neighbor relationship, right? Check in R2 show IP EIGRP neighbor relationship. So it is also formed a established a neighbor relationship. So what are the reason for not forming and establishing a neighbor relationship? The first thing is we are not configured the keychain on R2, and second we are not configured the authentication keychain in the fast Ethernet mode. And the third thing I fixed is that is a metric mismatch, right? That is a K value mismatch. Always by default K1 and K3 will be on. That is K1 is for bandwidth and K3 is for on or delay, right? So always EIGRP complete using bandwidth and delay. That is a metric it follows. So since there is a mismatch, it is showing the K value mismatch, right? Invalid K value mismatch. So these are the two reasons R1 will not form a neighbor relationship with R2. So now we have fixed the issue, and then R1 has established a neighbor relationship, right? Both R1 and R2 has established a neighbor relationship. So this is how we can troubleshoot the EIGRP. I hope you understand and enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.